Hey Cowboys fans! If you don't want to miss any first-hand news from America's team, subscribe to the channel now, as we are always attentive to the latest news from the Dallas Cowboys, and here you will always be in the know with. Cowboys Pro Bowler predicted to get demoted for fan favorite. New Dallas Cowboys running back Deuce Vaughn not only has a chance to make the roster, but the team could utilize the playmaker in multiple ways, including special teams. Speedster KaVontae Turpin is coming off a Pro Bowl campaign for his dynamic returns, but the selection of Vaughn is prompting some to speculate his job is not safe. Inside the Stars, Mario Herrera offered a plausible prediction that has Vaughn taking over for Turpin on kick return duties, while the Pro Bowler would still be the specialist on punts. Vaughn will be a contributor on special teams, focusing most of his energy on returning kicks, Herrera wrote on May 5, 2023. I know. KaVontae Turpin earned a Pro Bowl nod last season for his ability to return kicks and punts. A closer eye would tell you that Turpin left meat on the bone on kick returns. None bigger than running into his own player in the NFC divisional round against San Francisco. Deuce has better vision and brings a playmaking element to the offense that was sorely lacking in 2022. Cowboys rumors. Could Deuce Vaughn replace KaVontae Turpin on special teams? Vaughn became one of the major stories of the NFL draft after Cowboys assistant director of college scouting Chris Vaughn called his son to let the running back know he was the newest member of the franchise. Surprisingly, Kansas State took Vaughn off return duties following the 2020 season, but this was likely due to the rusher's oversized offensive role on the team. The newest Cowboys back had 7 returns for 145 yards, averaging 20.7 yards per touch during his brief special teams stint with the Wildcats in 2020. For added context, Vaughn had a combined 335 touches during the 2022 season, with Kansas State potentially worrying about overuse if the speedster was also returning kicks. Vaughn had 293 carries for 1,558 yards and 9 touchdowns last season. The playmaker was also a major part of the passing game, notching 42 receptions for 378 yards and 3 TDs through the air. Turpin put up solid statistics in his first NFL season, but his preseason performance had some Cowboys fans feeling underwhelmed by the results compared to expectations. The specialist had 21 kick returns for 508 yards, averaging 24.2 yards per touch, including a 63-yard return. Turpin also had 29 punt returns for 303 yards, averaging 10.4 yards per run, with a 52-yard return highlighting his performance. Cowboys news. KaVontae Turpin could be on the roster bubble, says Insider Play. The Cowboys signed Turpin to a reasonable 3-year, $2.5 million contract last offseason. Despite making the Pro Bowl, there is some speculation Turpin could be on the roster bubble heading into training camp. Turpin has been unable to carve out a receiver role on offense. Sports Illustrated's Mike Fisher believes that Turpin is not a lock to make the final roster, even though it would be an upset for Dallas to move on from the playmaker. We're not predicting this. The former USFL MVP has a 3-year contract and he's a special teams dynamo who went to the Pro Bowl, Fisher explained on April 11. But he did experience a few late-season gaffes even on teams, and as much as the coaches talked about integrating him into the offense, that never happened. Can the Cowboys afford a roster spot for a receiver who's not a receiver? Oh, probably. But the always churning search for roster upgrades means even a Pro Bowler can be on the list. Hey Cowboys fan, in your opinion, should KaVontae Turpin continue in the starting lineup or not? What's your opinion? Put it in the comments because it's very important for the Dallas Cowboys. Stay tuned because at any time I update you on the latest Cowboys news.